you are able to find peace in these situations and the things that you have dealt with in your life. And when you find peace, that's when you become dangerous. That's when you become dangerous, when you first forgive yourself for the behaviors and the things that you've learned and the ways you've prevented growth in your life. And you also forgive the people that have played a part in why you are the way you are. And that's when you are able to become your best self. My kings and queens, I'm so excited you guys decided to join in and to check this video out. Man, it's just nice to be able to sit down and just chat it up with you guys and just to continue to talk about growth and excellence and things that we can do to create a better quality of life for ourselves, and to just not think about everything else that's going on in life. Whatever you got going on, whatever chaos is going on, we're not going to even worry about that right now. Right now, it's about peace, it's about love, it's about support, and it's about growing. Today, I want to talk to you guys about shadow work and light work. These are two things that are important for growth. This is that lesson learned moment, and this is what is needed in order to find meaning in life. During my time of getting ready to start this podcast, I did a questionnaire, finding meaning in life and finding meaning in traumatic situations that has happened to us was a huge concern that a lot of people had. So I want to bring it to your attention, some things that you guys can do. That's the purpose of this podcast, is to help answer your questions and to help enhance your growth in different ways that I can, in different ways that I've learned and applied in my own life. And shadow work is one of those ways. This is what therapists use as well. First, let me tell you guys what shadow work consists of, or what it really is. So a shadow is everything that you repress, everything that you don't want to think about, feel, or address. It's everything that you've tried to forget about, all the pain, all the suffering, things that you may have not forgiven, that you just thrown in the back of your mind that you don't want to deal with, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to feel it, you don't want to think about it. Because a lot of times when you think about your shadows and the different things that you're repressing them for a reason. You're repressing them because the feeling that comes with it isn't pleasurable, right? So a lot of things that doesn't bring us comfort, we automatically push to the side because we don't want to feel that uncomfortable feeling that comes with reflecting back on traumatic things that has taken place in our life and different things that people have done to us. The main thing about shadows are produced by our environment. Without our environment, those shadows wouldn't be completely possible, right? Some of the things that we've done in our life, they've deprived from something that's happened in your childhood or that's happened previous to the actions, the behaviors, and the thoughts that you're currently dealing with. So shadow is maybe the way your parents raised you, or how friends treated you, how your colleagues treated you, and everybody else, and also how you reacted to the way people have treated you. The purpose of reflecting is to grow from it, to conquer it, to face that fear and look at it straight in the eye and really get to the root of it so that it can no longer have control over you and your life. You can see shadows in different areas, and the way you can pinpoint them, one, projection. A lot of times the things that we point out in other people are things that we don't like about ourselves. So we tend to project those feelings and those emotions on other people and treat them a certain type of way for doing things that you probably do as well. So it's important to pay attention to that, the way you treat people. Ask yourself, is that something that you have done? 2, triggers. What triggers you? What caused you to boil over and cause you to react without impulse, without thinking? What are things that can take place that cause you to get out of character? 1 is projection, 2 is triggers, and the third one is patterns. Oh my goodness. There's so many things that has taken place, so many red flags we've seen in people, so many patterns that we have in our own self. And at some point you got to ask yourself, what am I doing to cause for me to get the same results. It doesn't always have to be in the same situation. Sometimes these patterns may show up in relationships. Sometimes these patterns may just show up in interpersonal relations in general, just how you interact with people. Are you introverted? Are you extroverted? And why are you that way? Why do you treat people the way you treat them? Why do you behave the way you behave? Why do you do certain things in friendships? So look at the patterns in your life and find what it may be that's causing for you to get the same results. To sum up shadow work in one sentence, it is making the unconscious conscious and being able to operate to your fullest unlimited capacity, to be at a place to where you have a sense of wholeness, no bondages, no hinderings, no walls up. You're able to do anything and everything you've ever set your mind to and more. That's where I'm trying to be at in my royal tribe. Since we here and I know we be here, I already know you on the same thing. So let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's take that steps. Let's take those baby steps so that we can be able to get to that place that we are wishing, we are wanting, and we're manifesting, we're attracting, right? Let's do it. Shadows show in different areas of our life. It doesn't just show mentally, but it also can show physically. What are you consuming? What are you eating? What are your addictions in your relationships? Patterns can also just show in your day-to-day life. What's your sleeping schedule like? What's your day-to-day schedule like? Or is it chaotic or is it planned out? How clean is your home? How clean is your car? A lot of these things are based on our mentality. Financial literacy, your finances. Some people can be very wealthy, but they're not mentally wealthy and they don't know how to manage their money. So regardless of how much money they make, they're not putting it in the right places because of the patterns that they've had. And maybe that's pattern that you've picked up for someone else. Maybe it's patterns that you've learned from your parents and generations before. Whatever that pattern is, that shadow is the feelings that you repress that you don't even think about, but it's causing you to behave and act a certain way when you engage with other people. And when you engage with yourself, are you compassionate with yourself? Do you judge yourself? And a lot of times the way that we feel and we act towards ourselves, we'll tend to act towards other people, and we'll begin to reflect and project, like I said previously, how we're feeling about ourselves onto other people. How does shadows really affect us in our day-to-day life? What shadows do is exaggerate the behaviors that are approved of, and they repress the behaviors that are disapproved or that are not accepted. And I want to just give you guys 2 examples just so you have a better understanding of what I mean by this. So one, once upon a time, there's this little boy. He's been raised up to not show emotions. When he gets in trouble, or just say for instance, his feelings is hurt, and it just shows them that they're not able to show those emotions, because if they do, they're going to be called sensitive. They're probably going to be talked about from their school friends, and also their parents may do something to let them know, like, no, it's not okay for you to cry. It's not okay for you to be sensitive, even though something has happened for those feelings to be triggered in them. So in that situation, let's say this little boy, he grows up and now he's repressing all of his emotions. He no longer cries. He no longer knows how to communicate his emotions because he was never taught that, nor was he able to do that because he knew he was going to get in trouble. So he grows up to be this angry individual that always have to put on this tough act to make people feel like he doesn't have emotions. So in this instance, his anger is going to be exaggerated so that he can continue to repress those feelings of hurt. And oftentimes, as a grown-up, because we're not reflecting, because we're not finding meaning in these situations, he doesn't even realize he's sad. He doesn't even realize what disappointment is, because he's turned all of these emotions into just anger. This becomes the person that isn't able to have a healthy relationship because he doesn't know how to communicate. So every time he's sad or disappointed, instead of communicating what has caused him to feel that way, it turns to anger. He just shuts off. I have another example for you guys. Let's take a little girl. Say this little girl always would have tantrums every time she gets in trouble, or every time something doesn't go her way. She just have these tantrums, and the mom or dad disapproves of this, right? So they're going to tell her, no, you don't do that. You be a good little girl. If you have tantrums, that's being something bad, that's not okay, and that's not accepted. It has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. We have to break that curse of not only not being able to show our emotions, but not being able to express our emotions. No one taught us, hey, what's wrong with you? Instead of having a tantrum, let's communicate on why your feelings are hurt. Let's communicate why you're mad. Let's communicate on what's going on. Let's figure out what's going on. And because you didn't learn that as a child, as an adult, it just turns into something else that can bring just additional issues in our life, man. I'm speaking from personal experience and different things that I've dealt with, and I've also just hear from other individuals. So I'm not saying everybody is like this, but I'm just speaking on my experience and things that I've heard. So this little girl, she's not able to show her emotions, so she has tantrums. So this causes her to not feel like she can show emotions. She doesn't know how to get angry. She grows up as an adult being very passive aggressive, and she's learned that it's not okay to be angry. It's not okay to have those emotions, because that's not being a good little girl when you have tantrums. It's not okay to be angry. It's not okay to be sad. It's not okay to cry. So when you condition your mind that it's not okay to have those feelings regardless of how much pain that you go through, you begin to take that into your adulthood. And I can speak on this because this is something that I've dealt with, and that I've come to realize in the time of me doing my shadow work, is that I've repressed so many feelings, and I become so passive aggressive to where people could do things that was not right, that caused for them to continue to take advantage of me because they knew I wasn't going to say anything. We just have to communicate, and we have to create a safe space to where our kids and us as parents and us as adults and us as citizens and neighbors and just as people on earth together, we have to create a space so that we can be able to communicate our feelings and let each other know it's okay to have emotions. We're not robots. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be in fear of something. But at some point, you have to first realize what those emotions are. And once you realize what that emotion really is, at that point, you can go back and realize, why am I feeling this way? Why am I getting anxious about this? Why am I getting mad at this? Why is this a trigger for me? And that's what shadow work is. No longer repressing those emotions, and asking yourself why you are having those emotions, and trying to figure out where those emotions are coming from and where the behaviors started from and what have may occurred in your life to cause you to behave and do the things that you do. And a lot of times when you do this, for anyone that is interested in doing shadow work, I would say something that you may want to be careful of is just more things coming to surface. Because when you get started, it's not like, okay, I got this, I need to work on. It comes like crazy. A lot of times when you do shadow work, it just brings up more things that you need to work on. It can be very overwhelming. So you have to remember to remain compassionate with yourself. You have to remember that the feelings and the behaviors that you're having, you didn't have control over it. We have to get to a place that we're also not angry at the people who may have played a part in the behaviors that we currently have. A lot of times doing shadow work, something that I'm just learning, a lot of things starting to resurface from my past and behaviors. And one thing I had to learn is to be compassionate with myself and to not look down and don't judge myself and don't judge the other people as well. Their behaviors came from someone else as well. It didn't just start at them. A lot of times it started before them. That's why they're called generational curses. We use things to repress these emotions. Drugs, alcohol, sex are the addiction of always having someone around because you never want to be alone. You don't want to deal with your issues, and just stand in those patterns for year after year after year after year because you don't want to just take 2 weeks. You don't want to take 6 months. You don't want to take a year to just change the whole trajectory of your life. It's worth it. Why spend 30 years going in the same stagnant cycle that only continues to produce hurt to you and only makes you have even more trust issues and make you even more cold-hearted? Why continue to live that life versus just taking a few months to just reflect on your childhood, reflect on who you are, and to correct the behaviors that's no longer serving you? I'm telling you this because I love y'all. I try to look at it. What can I do? What can I do going forward? So I want to be that friend. I want to be that support to you guys and let you know it's worth it. Take that time to grow. Take that time to reflect. It's about you and your pace, and no one can tell you that your pace is wrong. Regardless, the point of life is just to grow. You can't tell anyone how fast or slow their growth is. You grow on your own pace. Before I move on to light work, I do want to share with you guys steps that you can take for those that are interested in starting that path to shadow work and really taking your spiritual path up to the next level, man. I feel like self-care and all these beautiful things of just sitting in a bath of roses and getting your hair done and taking yourself out to eat and all these things is only one side of spirituality and spiritual growth and learning to love yourself. But on the other side of loving yourself is being able to conquer those fears, conquer those things that has so much control over your life and the things that you do, and that's preventing you from being that successful, wealthy, bold, authentic person that you can be. And I'm gonna speak it over y'all right now that you will be. If you're tuned in, I already know there is something inside of you that is burning, that wants to grow. So if you made it to this point in the video, I already know we here and we on the same thing. So guess what? Long as you here and long as you guys stay tuned in, my Royal Tribe, best believe I'm gonna be here for you. Any questions, any advice, whatever y'all need, yo, I'm here to give y'all knowledge. I'm here to pour into y'all, to give that love and to give y'all that validation that you may have never got from anyone else in your life. The steps you can take in order to begin your shadow work is 1, review your childhood and your past. 2, become aware, compare the things that you've experienced in the past to your behaviors and the things that you're experiencing now in your life, and be able to connect the dots of what may have affected the behaviors and the things that being produced in your current reality. 3 is remain compassionate with yourself. Do not judge yourself and do not shame yourself for these behaviors that you've been conditioned to do. Remain compassionate and know we got to deal with today. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to feel a type of way to just now in your life as a 20, 30, 50, 60, 70-year-old starting to realize this is why something has taken place. No one taught you and no one taught me. But now that I've learned, I'm going to share that to the world and help you guys to continue to create a better life for yourself as well. So remain compassionate with yourself, because when you become shameful, that's when we prevent that growth opportunity. So remain compassionate so that you can be able to learn what the issue was and be able to correct it going forward. That's the most important thing, is the now and the future. The past is done. We can't do nothing about that. What we can do is learn things that we can do for our nieces and nephews and our children, and for even adults. You know what I'm saying? You know, things happen. It always doesn't make sense. It always isn't fair, but it is what it is. It happens. We're on earth, and this is a part of the human experience, having emotions and being angry and sad and mad and disappointed and having fear. It's all part of just being on earth, and this is just things that comes with it. So we have to learn to embrace it for what it is in the moment as human beings, and in this crazy, unique experience that no other species get to really experience the way we do. Remain compassionate with yourself. And when you remain compassionate with yourself, you are able to find peace in these situations and the things that you have dealt with in your life. And when you find peace, that's when you become dangerous. That's when you become dangerous, when you first forgive yourself for the behaviors and the things that you've learned and the ways you've prevented growth in your life. And you also forgive the people that have play a part in why you are the way you are. And that's when you are able to become your best self. On the other side of shadow work is light work. Light work is basically the opposite of shadow work. This is shedding light on the positives, spreading light, spreading love to yourself and to other people. This is that act of empowerment. This is that act of shedding light on the good characteristics within yourself and the things that you do. This is possible by first making sure that you're healed. And once you're healed and you spread light on yourself, that's when you know how to spread light onto other people and to have that therapeutic essence about yourself. So I would be what you would call a light worker. I'm all about positivity. I'm always about encouragement. I'm always about just helping people to grow and being able to find the positives in a tragic situation or in a situation that might not have the greatest impact on you. I'm definitely that person that's all about inspiration, about growth. I'm about spreading love, spreading light to everybody, whether I know you personally or not. That's just me. I want to help other people be able to heal and get to a place of peace and wholeness so that you guys can go out and help other people. There's so many broken people right now. You know what I'm saying? There's still things I'm working on. And in life in general, like no one's perfect, right? But there are things that we can do, and there's a place that you can be at so that you can help. Light work is the awakening of that pure essence, the beauty inside of you and others as well, spreading that light to them and finding the beauty in them. If you like the way somebody dressed, if you like their hair, if you like their makeup, if you like their swag, tell them, open your mouth, because you never know who needs to hear that, you know? Help out where you can. You may struggle in one area, but I'm sure there's areas there where you do have strength. So wherever the areas are that you have strength, help other people that has that as a weakness. Do what you can to help them get to a place to where they can be where you are and to have that freedom or that happiness or that peace or that stability. It is so important for us to have that support system, to have someone that can see where you are and get on the level where you are. And a lot of times when you're a light worker, when you're positive, when you're happy, people look at you different. They can't relate. You know what I'm saying? You can expect for someone that only can see hurt within their self to see beauty in you if they don't even see the beauty in their self. You know, does that make sense? You can't expect someone to see the beauty in you if they can't even acknowledge the beauty in their self. You have to remember that, and that's the only way we can really stay compassionate with people that lives in misery and do hurtful things and are bitter and reject you and make you feel like you're weird for spreading light to other people or for being a genuine person and just giving that to the world, want to spread that to the world. You're not alone. What you're doing isn't wrong, and it is okay. Continue to spread love, continue to spread light, and know that you're not the only one. I'm here and the Royal Tribe is here, and we're here to support you on this journey of spreading light and love. All right, guys, so I'm done talking to you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed this. If you have any questions about shadow work or light work or anything, be sure to just hit me up, DM me, email me, or, you know, message me on here, and I will get back with you guys. I really just hope this message was at least for just one person that's just really tired of where they are in life, and they're really ready for growth, they're ready for change, and they're ready to expose another part of them, another side of them that they don't even know is there yet. I'm not gonna hold you guys up too much longer, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm here for you. The Royal Tribe is here for you, because that's what we do. We spread love and we spread acceptance. And one thing that I'm learning is that the best way for us to allow someone to change and to grow is to love them and to spread light to them. Let's continue to create a safe space for people to know they're not judged for where they are in life. I know you did the things you've done because you wanted to protect yourself. You did what you could to survive. So let's continue to spread that light and continue to create the space for people to be able to grow. We gotta stop judging people. We gotta stop criticizing. That is not good for growth. That is not good for our health. But anyways, I'm finna get out of here. I love y'all so much. I hope that you have a blessed week. I hope that opportunities continue to come your way. I speak prosperity over your life. I speak safety over you guys. I cover you guys right now with protection on your day-to-day life. I love y'all. Peace, love, and blessings.